By a show of hands, can anybody tell me what they really truly believe drives price action one way or another? Is it strictly the fundamentals and the news catalysts? Is it strictly the news events, a change in a company? Or is there something else behind it? So let's deal with the fundamental part about it first. So in this video, I want to display my thoughts and opinions that price action is not random. It's not random. It's also not driven by the things people think that they're driven by. And I'm going to explain that. Recent news of CVS and some pretty good earnings. By no means is an earnings report for CVS. If you've been inside of CVS, now I know this is going to sound a little conspiracy. There's going to be a little bit of that in here, but by no means this is going back to December. Okay, December. But more importantly, let's just look at the last week here. This is the current 12/10 to where we are now, 12/13, and basically a low of 53. They're now at about 64 with the highest potential I see is about 74. So $20 increase because of their earnings report. Significant enough, good enough. But if that were the case, okay, and I'm going to show you guys something. If that were the case, and if that was good enough, why is it going to stop? Wouldn't people keep buying? Because I guarantee you it's going to stop at about $66. And I'll talk about the other potential things that can happen. Okay. Yeah, so if that were the case, if that was good news, CVS is such a wonderful, powerful, strong company, why would people stop? Is it just that they're not willing to pay more than $66 per share? Or is there something else going on? I don't think that there's something else going on financially. I think that this stuff is driven by the market and what the market wants to do. It is my opinion that looking at the data here, when price cannot be, when a higher high cannot be created, at least with CVS, price rolls over. And again, when a new high cannot be achieved with CVS, price rolls over. And when highs cannot be achieved with CVS, price rolls over. So when highs will not be achieved with CVS, price is going to roll over. Price is likely to roll over to, this takes me to my second point, what the market really wants. And this is where we can remove the randomness out of the market, out of the conversation. Because what the market really wants is this butterfly pattern. And that will be the next opportunity to buy, regardless of the news catalyst. Okay. And it's either that is going to happen. I think it's going to be triggered by what we see inside of here, either this double top here, like you keep having these double tops, either that, or maybe even if I just take the background off of him so you can see him, that's a very, very powerful shark pattern in there. So if it's not this, then the buyers will be exhausted at that point. And I guarantee you they're going to get out the way. Right? So is that random? No. It's going to happen. Mark my words. We'll come back, revisit this video, and see what happens. We'll come see what happens at $74.74. Okay? If it doesn't, I guarantee you, your price action will absolutely stop up here. Now, that'd be pretty extreme, but that's not going to happen because you're not going to see $96 for CVS. That company started closing stores. That company looked like it was on the verge of bankruptcy just a few weeks ago. I'm not even sure if I go to CVS frequently. I haven't studied the company in depth. I'm not going to act like I have. But when I look at that company, it doesn't look like it's worth $100 a share. Absolutely not. When I go to those stores are doing very poorly. Cutbacks everywhere. So, and it's not like those are real big, busy stores just really cranking things out. Go to CVS when you have to, anyway. And I don't mean to make a pun or make fun of CVS or seem like I have a negative opinion on it. I just to be honest, it does seem like something is fishy with their earnings report. I don't know. Possibly, I don't know. Something fishy could be going on. I'm not going to get into that, especially on my feed. But for the rest of this video, we're gonna look at some of the most powerful cryptocurrencies, and we're gonna discuss: is price action random, or what does the market really want? Starting with Bitcoin, okay? Is price action been random on Bitcoin? These ups and downs and ups and downs. My opinion is no. My opinion is that the market moves and creates these advanced patterns or harmonic patterns. My opinion is that the market moves harmonically, and it's going to continue to create harmonic patterns, whether you like it, hate it, understand it, agree with it, or not. Because when we talk about this, no one knew that the run that started, right, in January down here, this was basically the recovery to get him up to 109, 110, which I do have a Bitcoin prediction video suggesting that they can get to 110,000 easy. So, but here's the thing. Here's the point I'm trying to make is when you get that run from 89 to 110, what people are not aware of is what triggers once you get this 618 retracement. That's why it's not called the golden ratio for no reason. Okay. And then what happens when you get another 618 retracement? So it's about what happens when these things take place. And then a run that just happens to be a 127 extension of that A to B leg. And here's the thing. No matter what anybody says, that's all the market wants. It wants that so bad that it will wick down to touch it. And that's not people driving that. This is what the market wants to do. This is how the market moves. And then, of course, bam, an exploded reaction until that is exhausted. So it doesn't matter what people want or what people do or what's in the fundamentals or how many people are buying or how many people are selling. This right here on Bitcoin wanted to complete this pattern, complete it, become extremely oversold in the process, allowing buyers to come back in and buy it up. Until then, that was exhausted. Okay. And then it's on basically a rinse and repeat because the market wants to continue to create these advanced patterns. This is Gartley number 2 with a 618 retracement. You see 616 right here on the dot coming back up for a 618C. And then its delayed completion will be down here somewhere. Now, because it started moving sideways, we don't know. But that was the same thing that was happening here. But then it just dropped in wick. You can just get all of a sudden a drop in wick into that to fill that. Okay. The market wants that. It's kind of like in a decision phase. It's kind of consolidating. So it's either going to go and get that or it's going to go do something else. One of the two. The latter is more likely. The first is more likely that this is going to drop down and complete this for buying opportunity at, 92 again. I know a lot of people don't want to see Bitcoin's prices drop, but hey, this is what the market is likely going to do because it wants this. Okay. And it's been like that. I have a video. I have another video called "What Does Bitcoin Do on the Weekend?" And it just goes sideways, consolidates, and continues to fire off these advanced patterns. And I think on that weekend it fired off like 8 or 9 of them. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Random or not? It's not random. With Ethereum, going back to January 2024, same thing. One of the Gartley pattern, a small consolidation period and fire up out of it. Come back and get a bat pattern. And it wanted the bat pattern so bad. Look at that. It's probably one of the largest wicks I've ever seen in my life. It only wanted to fill 886. It wanted to fill 886, become extremely oversold at that point, and fire up out of there. This is what the market wanted to do. And there was nothing, no force, no anything that was going to stop that from happening from that price of 2148 to as high as he's been to 28. $700 difference, 28.65. Okay, as it slowed down and curved. You see that you can even see the curve in the RSI down here. Hit the gold fire down here, come sucking back up, right? And then slow down and curve. All right. Nothing could have stopped that. This is not random. This is what the market wanted. Oh, not to mention that cute little green baby one up there. That's cute. See him? Oh. Little cute guy up there. And what do? Come down, fill that cipher, and fire off and pay. It's not random. That's what the market wanted to do right there. This didn't have anything to do with anybody buying or selling. Price action. That's what price action was going to do. All right, let me put his body back. It's not random. All right. No random, no boogeyman, no none of that kind of stuff. When this wick stopped traders out who were long, the problem is they should not have been long because they should have projected this bat pattern as soon as they had a 50% B leg. Well, first they should have identified this impulse. They should have identified this B leg and they should have identified this C. When price action was coming down right here, they should have identified that you are in bat pattern territory, period. Not up for debate. I don't care who likes it, hates it, understands it or not. When looking at the chart, when this impulse was here, anybody who would have looked and just ran a quick Fibonacci and saw that was 51.8, 50% valid B leg. And when they would have looked up and saw this C leg, especially at 64%, you automatically just go put in an 886 D leg from X to A. And this right here is where price was going to go. And it did it, period. So if you were long on Ethereum at that point and wonder what happened to your $700 or to your account, that's what happened. You should have never been long in the first place because this was not random. The market was going to go fill this pattern. And people think that there was some type of market maker or some type of person sitting, some type of evil person stop hunting them. No, nobody was stop hunting you. The market needed to go get at least an 886 retracement of X to A. And that's what happened. And after that was done, the market reacted to it. There might even be one more test of it. Because you can get these complex, kind of like a fill, come up, retest, and then go. You can get those. But that's what the market's going to do. The same way it did right here. Come up, fill it, go, complex retest twice. So it's showing you the pattern, right? Right or wrong? Am I making that up? It's not random. It's written already. It's already a part of the chart's life, right? Come fill, go consolidate a little bit, complex retest, start a whole new pattern and take off. Same thing. Come fill, come complex retest, and then take off. It's already there. So how could something that's already there and happening or going to happen be random? Let's look at Litecoin. Harmonic as hell. You think that's random? No. In the case here on the blue one, the market wanted a Gartley pattern. So the market went and got a perfect Gartley pattern, which rolled over. And when it was rolling over and when he was done doing all of its stuff, he created another one, the yellow one in the middle. And it rolled over, it fired off. And then now, where does it want to go? It probably wants to go get this crab pattern. It's either going to go get this crab pattern. You see it going that way. It's either going to go get this crab pattern or it's going to break up out of that box of consolidation altogether. Now, that can't be random if that's written in and that's going to happen no matter what. Okay. And then if you look at this part here of the crab pattern with A to B being equal to C and D, that it is already written into the chart. That's not random. That Litecoin is going to break out of this box. It's already written in with a target of $164. It's already written in. You know why? Because this A to B with a 382 retracement equals from A to B is a 1618 extension of A to B. Or an A to B is equal to CD pattern, the most powerful pattern in the market, which is the foundation of the two Gartley patterns. It's just here you go with a more powerful one. So either this crab is going to have to stop it. which is powerful. It can do it. This might be the last chance for it, or it's going to bust up out of there. That's good for Litecoin. It's good for holders of Litecoin. But you don't just see 3, 4, 1, 2, the crab, and the A to B is equal to CD, 4 advanced patterns like that. It's not random for no reason. This is the way it works. And it's so crazy, all the gurus and mentors and people out here teaching all of this nonsense and madness. Okay, you might think that this is nonsense and madness too, but at least I can put it on display and talk about it. At least I can give you a real life example of it. Okay? And you got people with these charts with 10 or 20 different things on them, and nobody can explain to the people what's really happening, what's really going on. And it really, really hurts the retail traders too. Let's move on to Ripple. What do you know? Harmonic as hell. Who would have known? Gartley, fire off and win. Why when he's finished doing that, go get a cipher, a killer cipher pattern, and fire off and win. And it's kind of like the same thing when we were looking at Litecoin. There's a crab in there that looks like it wants to kind of like allow price action to bust out of there. Very strong chance that price action goes and gets that crab, struggling a little bit of sideways, but it's there. And I'm telling you, a lot of times when these things are present, price action sucks up and goes and gets them. The same way when this cipher pattern was present. Look at this. You see that big red bar coming down? Price action just really, and when he was done, look at this. When it was done, he left about his business. When that big red bar came, wicked, and it said, that's enough, I'm good. I got what I want. So did the market want cipher or not? You tell me on the green one. Is that what the market really wanted? Wick down, touch, didn't close down there, sucked back up, and then took off. Is that random, or did the market want cipher? You tell me. Okay. Solana. Is that random? Or did the market just really feel like it needed to complete this bat pattern? I don't think it would have mattered what anybody was doing. The market was going to do that. It's a very, very, very strange phenomena. Is there anything that's coming next? Coming next, people might not like this. Let's see. We'll do this one live. Let's see if we look at this impulse here. If we start down here. And we come up here, where we end up. Okay, good, another one. So X to A, valid B right here. Watch this, you guys are gonna like this. A real life example, projection at least. It'll be kind of tricky because life things you really want to live, but X to A, that's B. And if we're good on C, this is gonna be a problem. Better hope there ain't a 618 up here to C. And what do you know? Remember what I said. It just so happens that price action only wanted to go from A. This is crazy. X, A, B, C, D. So isn't it crazy? Don't you find it strange that X to A market only really wants that 618 range? Golden ratio. That's why I made them gold. And then B to C only just to wick up. Just give me a little bit of it, and that's it. All right. And then to finish this one up, and I'm going to tell you that this is what the market wants. A to B, come back. $127 only for D. Because the Gartley pattern is its D-leg completion is a 127 extension. 127 extension of A to B. And then that's down here. That's the 127. And sadly enough, a lot of people might not like this. They better hope it doesn't happen. But I'm telling you right now that this is what the market wants. And you've seen it for yourself. If it wants this, it's probably going to go get it no matter what. And here's the D-leg completion for this bad boy. So, random or not, I say no. I don't think that's random. I think that that's kind of like predetermined. Take this off, messing the chart up. I think that's predetermined. And we'll see what happens. I'll clean it up. Take the stuff off. We know it's completely valid. We know B was valid. We know C is valid. And D would be down here. Let's just do one more thing before we move on. There's a couple more of these. Crazy video. Not even oversold yet. Look at that. Says he got a ways to go. And that ways to go could be feeling that likely, very, very likely that this not being oversold yet represents getting the D. Then the buyers can buy up. Okay. So if that happens, the way I said it, we come back. This is a 1 hour chart. We come back. Where are we at? We're at 191. If this thing drops another $15, $20, whatever it is, and drops down to 178, it's not that much, right? But is that random, or is that because that needed to happen and that was going to happen? All right. Let's go look at Dogecoin. Ah, look at that. Dogecoin. Was that random? Or did, for some reason, you tell me, price action just needed to wick up? Just needed to wick up to go get that, to go get the D leg of the Garley. React powerfully, right? At that point, react powerfully, roll over, and in the middle of all that madness, go get this crab leg whose D leg is under his X. Only for that guy to react. Now, he's not done yet. He's not done yet. Because its targets would have been from based off of C to D. 2 targets, of course. 382 and 618 retracement. 382 and 618 retracement of A to D. So he did get target 1 already. Okay. But there's nothing to suggest traders would have been happy with that. People trading Dogecoin, traders, not holders. And 618 target 2. With this guy right here, it's a very strong chance. This crab, very strong chance that this is just consolidation. You're gonna curve. It's slowing. It had to slow down off this correction and fire off. Use this kind of wedges right here and go get that target 2. After that, we don't know, but definitely in play. But the other 2, absolutely. The Gartley, and then come get crab. And remember, the same thing, for whatever reason, just has to go and get that because it's not random. The market knows where it wants to go. So the market knows where it wants to go, and I've proven that to you while somebody is telling you that there's a madman, a mad scientist sitting behind a keyboard hunting your stop. Have I disproven that once and for all? I think I might have disproven that once and for all. Hopefully. And just the final on this guy. Yeah, this thing probably is really, really, really going to want this cipher here. 786. Really, really, really going to want that cipher. It's another thing in play. But, could or could not. Chances are he's pushed up too high to get it. He'll probably keep going. But since it's there, I got to put him there. I have to. I don't have a choice. This is the Harmonic Trading Club. And we have a trained eye. We have a gift to look and see and identify these things whenever they appear, whenever they arrive, and to be able to trade them and take advantage of them. Last but not least, got this guy's name. He is hold on. That's the title. Yeah, I need the title of it. Okay, Avalanche. Hadn't heard of this before, but this Avalanche coin, way back when it first began, was that random? I think this is going to be the one right here. Okay, was it random that out the gate when this thing was first created in 2021, the first thing it did out of the gate was went and got a Gartley pattern? I think I can shut this one off now. I really think I can, because all the stuff's going on. People, oh my God, buy this pattern, new pattern, Avalanche. And what do you know? It wanted to do something completely different. At the end of the day, it just wanted to reach out and touch that D leg with that wick, right? While people thought that somebody would stop hunting them. There's a madman behind a keyboard who's hunting your stops. No, the market knows what it wants. I think I've proven that already. Okay. and then going on and on. That was when it came out the gate in 21. I wanted to start with that, and then I'll come up to current modern day right here. Current modern day right here again. This is where we are today. Okay, this time advanced bat pattern, right? So same thing I told the people before, right? Let's say you're holding this Avalanche coin and you're wondering what's going on. Okay, when you see that impulse and you get that correction, it was 58%. I'll pump up a little bit. Okay, you see that impulse. Okay, remember, we're going to talk identify, predict, decide, execute. When you identify that impulse and identify use your Fibonacci as you should be, whoever's telling you that the market does not work off Fibonacci, 50%, 58%, it tried to go get 60, 61 because it knows it wants to be in that range. But if you notice, it's a wick, so it had to reach to go get it. It knows where it wants to go. It's not random. The market knows where it wants to go. X to A, 58%, comes up 51% C, and then an 886D, right? So when it is a sin to not identify that impulse and that correction, and to see that when you get to C and he filled C, you have to say alert, alert, bat pattern, period. You have to. And that means as early as right here when he doesn't have to be there yet, but once he's making his way down, he's got X, A, B. Once C is done and C is halfway to D, you are on alert for a bat pattern, because what's going to happen? It's going to go get it. No matter what you think. Look at that wick. Because you're on bat pattern alert. And did it says, yes, I want that to the T. Yes or no? You tell me. And fire off. I'm going to slow down a little bit, curve, and go up. Yes or no? So we covered a lot in here, a lot of it. Like, I want to keep my opinion out of it, and I want to stick to what I can prove. And I think in this case, I proved that it was a sin for anybody to be long. There's no reason at this point from C, there's no reason for a trader, a holder, or anything to suffer that type of drawdown. With 50% drawdown when the price action at C was $45 and price action ended up at 20. There's no reason to withstand something like that. It doesn't make sense, financial sense at all. It doesn't make investing sense. All right, that's enough, because I'm starting to rant and rave. You guys can understand how passionate I am about advanced pattern recognition and harmonic patterns. Hopefully you got some value in this. Hopefully we answer some questions that might have been in your mind. Is the market random, or is it trying to do something? Is it trying to go somewhere? And the last thing you need to understand is, if it's trying to go somewhere, you need to let it get there, because after it gets there, that's when it's your opportunity to come in. All right. Hopefully there's some good value in here for you. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Remember, we're consistently building out the playlist under the Harmonic Trading Academy, which has all the education on these advanced patterns, every single one of them. And we're just getting started. So far, you can get the bat pattern training in depth, Gartley pattern in depth, cipher pattern in depth, crab pattern in depth, shark pattern in depth, butterfly pattern in depth, double tops, double bottoms, the 2618 technique. So you can fill your toolbox and choose which strategy you want to use, because you can take one of these and become a profitable trader off of it. You can say, I only trade the Gartley pattern when that's present. And that's all you need to do. You just wait until one appears and you take the trade. And you know what? Guess what? The creator of that pattern said that if you trade that, it has a 70% win rate. 70%. If you could say, I'm only going to trade like this big yellow guy here, the Gartley pattern, when he comes. That's how powerful this stuff is. Let the market come to you. It's the Harmonic Trading Club. You guys be safe out there. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your support as we continue to grow out this content. I'll see you guys on the next one.